Alrighty. Safe Haven. This is Sean and Sun. They are the founders and hosts of this session. Sean is going to be translating for Sun because he does speak English, but he's not very comfortable with it. And this is our AMA with Vaccum. And we are going to go ahead and start off by letting Sean and Sun describe to us a brief overview of what Vaccum is. So, Sean, Sun, I'm flipping it over to you guys. So give us a brief overview of what Vaccum is, and not only that, but give us a little background on yourselves and how you made it into the space.
예, 선희님 이번에 같이 AMA를 하게 됐는데요. 선희님과 션님께 전체적으로 백큐미 전반적으로 무엇인가 짧게 설명 부탁드리고 어떻게 이 코인 쪽으로 오시게 되었는지 설명해 주실 수 있으면 말씀 좀 청해 듣겠습니다.
네. 죄송한데 첫 질문 다시 한번 부탁드리겠습니다.
백큐미에 대해서 전반적으로 소개해 주실 수 있을까요? 오버뷰를 해 주실 수 있을까요?
네네. 저희 백큐은 한국과 북미에 기반을 두고 있는 블록체인 소프트웨어 회사인 스코프에서 진행하는 메인 프로젝트의 이름이고요. 백큐은 메타버스 유니온이라는 이름의 메타버스를 개발하여서 서비스하기 위해 현재 개발이 진행 중에 있습니다. 그리고 백큐 코인이라는 ERC20 기반의 디파이 코인을 발행해서 다양한 디파이 금융 상품을 개발하고 서비스합니다. 네, 그리고 뒤에는 한 번 더 부탁드리겠습니다.
Okay. So, we'll answer the first question first. Vaccum is one of the main projects that the Scope company, a blockchain software company in South Korea and North Korea, is creating, and Vaccum is going to be the reserve currency of the Vaccum ecosystem, where we have a metaverse coming. One of the major projects in the ecosystem is the Metaverse Union, and we're trying to develop and service this. And so the currency that we're using is based on DeFi, which is we named it Vaccum. Vaccum meaning the origin of the universe from the Eastern philosophy. And 두 번째 말씀하시죠.
네, 두 번째 질문은 꽤 개인적인 답변인 것 같은데요. 저는 2015년부터 암호화폐 투자자로서 이 암호화폐에 관심을 처음에 갖게 됐고, 후에 이제 2017년 불장을 계기로 진지하게 사업에 대해서 들여다보면서 3년여 정도 프로젝트를 준비를 해서 작년에 정식적으로 팀을 구성하고 그렇게 만들어서 현재까지 사업을 진행하고 있는 것이 스코프입니다.
Personally, this question is a personal question. So, starting back in 2015, I was a crypto investor, and I started getting interested in developing a project of my own. In 2017, Bull Run got me to materialize. To bring in more ideas and materialize the idea, and I prepared for the project for about 3 years, and we created the team last year, and that's how we came up until now as a Scope company. I myself, I first bought my first Bitcoin in 2016. I invested throughout 2017. And I started working in this space starting, I think, March, April 2021. It's been about a year and a half, close to 2 years now.
Got you, man. Got you. And so, for the project Vacuum in particular, what made you guys want to create this in particular?
백큐음을 우리가 얘기를 해보고 싶은데요. 백큐음에 대해서 얘기하면 왜 백큐음을 만들어야 되겠다고 생각하셨나요?
아, 네. 일단 제가 이 블록체인이라는 이 시스템과 암호화폐라는 것에 아주 좋은 경험이 결정적인 계기가 됐었는데요. 제가 2017년에 샌프란시스코를 여행할 때 현금이 부족해서 비트코인 ATM을 찾았고, 그래서 그때 비트코인 ATM기를 통해서 생활을 했었던 경험이 암호화폐가 저희가 현재 사용하는 이 명목 화폐의 미래가 될 것이다라는 확신을 했고요. 그래서 그에 대한 암호화폐를 발행하는 것이 발행해서 저희가 그 화폐를 연구하고 개발하는 것에 대한 비전을 최초에 갖게 되었었습니다. 네.
So, it all started with a very good experience that I had with the blockchain system and the cryptocurrency. A few years back, when I was in San Francisco, I ran out of travel money, but I found that they had a Bitcoin ATM. So I was able to live on just using the money that I got from the Bitcoin ATM. So by experiencing this firsthand, I was certain that cryptocurrency is going to be the currency that will eventually and most certainly replace the fiat currency. So that's when I started getting the vision for developing a cryptocurrency of my own.
All right, man. Understood. Understood. And when it comes to the use case of Vacuum, what makes you guys' use case unique? Why is it useful to the space?
이제 어떤 우리가 활용성에 대해서 굉장히 많이 얘기를 하는데요. 코인계에서. 이 백큐um 코인의 활용은 백큐um 코인이 어떻게 활용이 될 수 있을까요? 어떤 면에서 백큐um 코인이 다른 코인들보다 활용도가 더 좋다든가 높다든가 어떻게 다르게 활용될 수 있을지 좀 설명 부탁드립니다.
네. 아까 말씀드렸듯이 저희는 스코프 컴퍼니라는 회사가 모회사이고요. 그래서 스코프 컴퍼니에서 지금 현재 진행되고 있는 네, 다양한 프로젝트들과의 유틸리티 토큰으로서 백큐um 코인이 활용되게 될 것입니다. 또한 저희가 스코프 컴퍼니에서 준비되고 있는 프로젝트들 중에 여행, 그리고 런치패드, 그리고 P2E 게임 등등의 다양한 유틸리티들이 있는데요. 그 생태계들에서 저희가 지금 만들고 있는 메타버스에도 다양한 연결점을 만들어서 서비스할 수 있도록 개발 중에 있습니다.
So, just as I mentioned earlier, Scope Company is the mother company. There are a lot of projects, various projects that are being developed and are in progress. So when we talk about utility, Vacuum will be used as the reserve currency for all of our ecosystem. Right now, we are preparing a launchpad. We're preparing a travel NFT project. Well, we already have a play to earn game that will turn into an arcade series, um, and you can use your token to play more and earn more. And there's going to be a lot more utility. Um, Now we want to create a more connecting point with our currently developing metaverse as well, and we are developing and providing. We're preparing to provide more service.
All right. And hey, man, would you say that, you named a lot of things that are going to be coming down the pipeline, and that was a whole lot for investors and potential buyers. That was a whole lot for them to digest just right there, man. So a lot of people might be concerned that you guys may be. So when you name a long list of things that you're going to be coming out with, and it wasn't necessarily a central point of focus in what you said, what that can do is it can make investors feel like it makes them start to question, do you have the financial capability to do all these things? Do you have the know-how, the network? Like, it raises a whole lot of questions. So um why have you guys added so much to your project, and what can you tell us to let us know that you're able to sustain everything that you've put into this?
이제 방금 말씀하신 것들이 다 이제 어, 좋은데요. 너무 많은 것을 이제 말씀하신 것 같은데, 이 진짜 진지한 투자자들이 볼 때, 정말 이제 대형 투자자들이 봤을 때, 이건 집중력이 좀 분산되어 있다라고 이제 얘기를 할 수도 있을 것 같습니다. 그러면 그분들이 분명히 얘기를 할 때요. 과연, 이 재력이 되는가, 또는 노하우가 있는가, 또는 그 인맥이 있어서 이 지금 계획하고 있는 것들을, 어, 성공시킬 수 있는가라는 질문을 분명히 하게 될 텐데요. 왜 이렇게 사업을 다분화하고 계신지, 그리고, 어떤 하나에 집중하실 수 있는 건지, 어떻게 이것을 운영해 나가실 건지를 좀, 거기에 대한 대답을 좀 듣고 싶습니다.
네, 좋은 질문 감사합니다. 우리 사업이 다분화돼 있다라고 생각을 하지 않고 있는 이유는, 사실 우리는 할 수 있는 일이 훨씬 더 많고, 그중에 우리가 현재 시장에 필요한 기술이 무엇인지, 그리고 우리가 더 잘 할 수 있는 서비스가 무엇인지를 잘, 네, 선택한, 네, 그런 네, 사업들이기 때문입니다. 그리고 저희가 그렇게 음, 당장에 이뤄낼 수 없는 사업들도 덜어 이제 저희가 말하고 있는데요. 그렇게 먼 사업 혹은 큰 사업들임에도 계속해서 언급하는 이유는, 어, 우리 프로젝트가 뭐, 단발성이라든지, 어, 네, 짧게 하려고 하는 블록체인 사업이 아니라, 어, 5년, 10년, 네, 길게, 네, 최대한 더 계속 성장해 나가는, 네, 그런 블록체인 기업이 되고자 하는, 네, 그런 롱텀 비전들을 공유하고자 하는데, 네, 목적이 있습니다. 네.
I personally don't think that we are diversifying our our business. It's just I think it's all part of the one big picture. There are a lot of things that we could do to prove ourselves that of the skills that we have, of the knowledge that we have. But these things that I'm mentioning are many of the things that we are capable of doing that we feel necessary to adapt to the current crypto space and the trend. So, and also, yeah, we talk about the metaverse, and it's not going to happen tomorrow. We're not going to be able to, bring out something that you're going to enjoy in a week. But why do we talk about this? It's because to show we keep talking about a long-term vision to show that we're not just here for.
Hey man, I'm sorry. Excuse me, sir. I didn't I'm not cutting you off because you're wrong or anything like that. I'm the host, so I have to do this sometime. I just want to make reason why I'm doing this, and I'm not saying you are, but the reason why I'm cutting you off right now is because I just want to make sure that you don't answer a question that I wasn't asking, and it could even possibly be not saying that you're not going to answer it in a second. I just want to make sure, just to make sure that I don't want you to waste your time, and I don't want you to waste our time or anything like that. And I don't mean that in any sort of rude or disrespectful manner by any stretch of the measure. Let me reword my question. Um, what can you say to us to let us know that it's sustainable, all the things that you guys are thinking about implementing? Because it seems like a lot. That should be a lot simpler.
Can you repeat that?
What can you tell us to ensure us that everything that you guys are doing is going to be sustainable? Like that you're going to actually be able to carry these things out successfully and over a long period of time, because there are a lot of utilities and different things you guys have listed that will be coming in the future and things that you would think about adding. So we want to know how it would be sustainable, because if you focus
So
on
one second, let me first finish the first answer, because that's gonna be a thing that's probably gonna answer part of your question, and then I'll ask further. Is that okay?
go straight ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it's best that because we're doing a translation session, I think it's best that you give us a little more time and without prejudice, um, without cutting people off. I think, yeah, because there is probably something that's coming. If that's okay. Okay, so let me continue to finish the translation if that's okay. Is that cool?
Yeah, man. Go ahead. Yeah, I was
Sure.
just the reason why I stopped you is because I just want not to say that you weren't asking the question, but I just wanted to
I
make
I, I
clear
totally I totally
that
get it.
I
I
didn't
totally
hear you.
understand. I totally understand. But there could be something that's coming where I was answering your question as well at the end. So yeah, thank you for that. So we're not trying to be in the space for short-term gains. We're trying to expand our business in long term. We're not a noob, so to speak. We didn't just start this project. We started off with a meme coin called 2022 Moon last November, and we had the second highest sale in Pink Cell's history up until that point. We were uh, attending 10 different events. We were developing cross-chain uh, decks. We were developing everything, and the rebranding was just part of our long-term vision. Um, we knew we couldn't sustain it as a meme coin. So up until now, from the moment that we started as a meme coin, we started developing this concept. And what we're talking about right now, Launchpad, the play to earn game, we already have the play to earn game. We already have the NFT series. We already have that. Launchpad, we're going to be launching in a month. We have everything set up. Can we sustain it is a different question, and I think we can. But I don't want to speak for the CEO. Let me ask what the CEO thinks about this. So 중간에 말을 끊어갖고 이제 얘기한 거고. 어, 이 프로젝트들을 여러 가지를 말씀하시는데 다시 한번 질문을 드리고 싶은 부분이 있습니다. 그러니까 서로 시간을 낭비하지 않도록 하는 게 제일 좋을 것 같은데요. 제가 이 말씀을 드리는 이유는 과연 여러 가지를 말씀하시는데 이것이 어떻게 지속이 될 수 있을지, 지속 가능성이 있는지, 그것을 어떻게 증명하실 수 있는지에 대해서 묻고 싶은 겁니다. 혹시 이 프로젝트를 장기적으로 가져가시는데 우리는 다른 프로젝트들과 뭔가 다르게 한다는 거, 그런 것에 대해서 설명을 주실 수 있을까요? 어떤 방법이 따로 있나요?
네, 지금 사업의 방법이 교과서가 따로 있냐고 여쭤보신다면 네, 없다고 대답하고 싶네요. 네, 다음 질문으로 넘어가면 좋겠습니다.
어, 질문을 제가 답을 해도 될까요, 그러면?
네, 그러시죠.
So, the CEO said if there's no textbook guideline in how to run a business, whether we could be whether we could be sustainable, whether we could be doing things better or worse. There's no textbook guideline for that. How are we going to sustain everything? We have the technology, we have the experience, we have the um, we have a plan that we've been working on. So as we go, um, as we follow this plan and guidelines, we will be able to sustain our project. For and if you're looking for if you're asking for social network, or do we have the network? Yes, we do. We have the skill. Yes, we do. We have the funding. This is why we're here, um, telling you guys and your crowd of our project, uh, for people to know more about us. So
All right.
you can move on to the next question. Thank you.
All right. What would the guidelines be? What's what
You're not understand you're not understanding the context. You know, they're not. We're not saying there is a guideline. In business, there's no guideline. There's so many things that can happen.
No, I mean, you said you had a guideline, a plan of how you would make it sustainable. I just wanted to know what the plan and the guideline to make it sustainable would be.
Look, DC, I'm just talking to you for the first time today. I know some of the questions you feel is important for your investors, but we're here to let the people know about our project and what's going on with our project, not how to run a business. So can we move on to the next question if possible?
Sure thing, man. All right, so let's get on to. I've got some questions about the utility.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Okay, there it goes. All right, let's see. So, where are you guys at on your roadmap?
로드맵에서요, 지금 몇 번째 단계에 있다고 말씀하실 수 있을까요?
네, 우리는 2023년에 로드맵을 공개해 놓은 상태고요. 아직 2023년이 시작되지 않았기 때문에 2023년을 준비하고 있는 과정이다라고 말씀드릴 수 있겠습니다. 저희 메타버스의 알파 버전은 2022년 내에 출시될 수 있게 준비가 되고 있습니다.
So, right now we have publicly opened our roadmap for 2023. About the roadmap of the 2023, we can't speak about it because we haven't reached 2023 yet. But the metaverse, the alpha version, will be coming out within 2022, and we're looking to get the launch pad within the same around the time, early 2023 and late 2022.
Okay. Let me see. All right, so could you go into more detail about the metaverse and how it will operate?
So, 그러면 메타버스를 개발하시는데 거기에 대해서 좀 더 구체적으로 어떻게 그 메타버스가 운영이 되고 메타버스의 특징이 있다면 그런 걸 해주실 수 있을까요?
네, 저희 메타버스의 이름은 메타버스 유니온이고요. 앞글자를 따서 뮤라고 부르는 가상의 우주 공간입니다. 모바일에 최적화된 유저 인터페이스를 제공하고요. 본인이 원하는 사진을 이용한 아바타를 통해서 접속할 수 있습니다. 15분 동안의 채팅 시간이 주어지고, 매 15분이 지나면 모든 채팅 데이터와 본인의 위치가 있을 때는 타임 리미트 시스템이 적용된 그런 채팅의 장이라고 보시면 되고요. 그리고 또 그 안에 재밌는 기능이 하나 더 있는데요. 버블이라는 특별 공간이 존재하게 됩니다. 그 버블은 특정 NFT를 통해서 입장할 수 있고, 그 버블은 어떤 하나의 커뮤니티의 역할을 하며 그 버블들끼리 자유롭게 합치거나 분리할 수 있습니다. 네, 그렇게 이 메타버스 안에서 저희는 다양한 이 온라인 커뮤니티 활동을 할 수 있도록 장려하는 그런 뭐 이벤트, P2E, C2E, 현재 저희가 진행하고 있는 H2E 같은 네, 다양한 커뮤니티 활동들을 개발해서 서비스할 예정이고요. 후에는 이 블록체인 업계의 구인구직난을 해결하기 위해서 또 이 버블을 활용할 계획이 있습니다. 네, 여기까지 말씀드리겠습니다.
So the name of our metaverse is Metaverse Union. We call it Mu using the first two alphabets of the Metaverse Union, Mu, where we will connect all the metaverses with Metaverse Union. That's what we hope. Mu is a virtual reality in space. So we're creating a metaverse that's optimized for the mobile service. What we are creating is a system where you can bring your profile picture, and it'll create an avatar that looks similar to what you have. And everybody that participates in a system called the bubble system, where you can go into your own bubble through your square, through the square where everybody meets. When we go into the bubble, we can talk about anything and everything that you want. You can create a bubble that's themed in sports, games, and based on the 15-minute time limit, the 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 conversation you had will not be existing anymore. Within 15 minutes, we do a full reset. So there's a lot of different fun features in there. So that's the bubble, a special place. Now each bubble needs a unique NFT to go in, and based on what the community leader wants, you can either bring the bubble together, you can combine the bubble, or you can separate the bubble. Now within the metaverse, we are also creating many different methods for engagement, such as um, such as hiring and seeking talent service. As you know, one of the big issues that we have in the crypto space is we don't have a lot of um, access to talent, and in many of the cases, for my own experience as well, um, there are a lot of scammers. There are a lot of posers. So we want to create something that can filter out that system and also interact freely. Maybe just like LinkedIn, maybe just like something like that. So that's our answer.
Alrighty, and next question I had was, all right, so there's a feature that I saw called the chat to earn, and that's something I don't think I've heard before. How is the chat to earn gonna work?
태투언이라는 내용을 제가 봤는데요. 저는 이건 처음 보는 개념인데, 채투원 혹시 좀 설명해 주실 수 있을까요? 이게 어떻게 진행이 되나요?
네, 현재는 저희 텔레그램 백큐ම් 커뮤니티에 들어오시면, 채투원이 진행되고 있는데요. 저희 커뮤니티 매니저분들께서, 실시간으로 진행해 주시는 여러 가지 이벤트에 따라서도, 트론을 현재 보상으로 지급하고 있고요. 채팅을 많이 하시는, 순위에 따라서 또 트론의 보상이 지급되는, 그런 이 온라인 활동 장려 서비스입니다. 어, 이 후에도 C2E 말고 외에도 현재는 H2E, 그러니까 Here to On이라고 해서 현재 라디오도 진행을 하고 있는데요. 커뮤니티 내에서 어, 네, 다양한 네, 활동들을 저희 시도하고 재밌는 네, 그런 커뮤니티 활동 네, 만들어 나가려고 노력하고 있으니까 네, 네, 많이 찾아오셔서 관심 가져주시면 좋겠습니다.
So, chat to earn is simply, well, you will see when you come into the Telegram Vacuum community. So we do a real-time event and we give out Tron token. There's a tip bot, and we can either give it to one individual or many individuals based on their activity and on what time they were within the uh, community actively and what they are, um, let's say how they were engaging or how long they were engaging. We can choose to tip somebody, and it's done by the community managers right now. So we are doing a chat to earn. As you chat more, you earn more. We have a global community and the Korean community, and within Korean community, we're doing here to earn as well. We're doing anything and everything we can do to engage the community. So with a voice chat feature, we run a sort of a radio show, and people listen to the music, and they either go through like a quiz, or we would say something in the VC, and they'll answer the question, and that will keep the community itself engaging. Now, as we do this, we'll probably find a way to transfer it into the metaverse. We don't know how, but it will be done, because that's our focus. So we will be doing many, many different attempts um, to make it fun and engaging for better adoption of crypto in general. And we're doing a lot of community-based activities. So I hope you will be able to participate in our chat to earn system and to earn system within our ecosystem.
Alrighty. Let me see. So, talk about the vesting for your project. Is there any vesting going on?
We just finished the seed round about a month ago, and we're doing the private round and the strategic round. Let me talk to the CEO about what he wants to say. So 그 대표님 혹시 그 베스팅 관련돼서 투자를 지금 하게 되면 베스팅 스케줄이 있는 걸로 보이는데 그에 대해서 조금만 설명해 주실 수 있을까요?
네,
네.
저희 베스팅 스케줄에 대해서는 저희 백큐 홈페이지나 저희 커뮤니티에서 찾아보실 수 있는 라이트 페이퍼에서 더 상세한 내용을 찾아보실 수 있는데요. 저희의 각 TG 라운드에 따라서 12개월, 8개월, 6개월, 3개월, 예, 이렇게 각 베스팅 기간이 주어지는, 네, 그런 세일이 현재 진행되고 있습니다.
For the vesting, we have about 4 different tiers, 4 different rounds of raise. We just finished our seed round, which you're required to do the 12 months vesting. and it was moderately successful. We're running a private round and strategic round. Strategic round, anyone can participate, but private round, we are only giving it to very few people. It's exclusive, and private round is 9 months vesting, and the price is about 9 times cheaper than the launch price. The strategic round is about 6 months vesting, and the price is about 4.5 times cheaper than the launch price. So, and we will have a pre-sale on a launch pad, which you will be required to do about 3 months vesting. We will be releasing our token in about the pre-invested token will be released on December 22nd, which is about 2 weeks after our our launch, just to sustain the price. So yeah, we have strategic round going on right now. Anyone who wants to join, you can. And private round, I think we will be giving out about 5 different spots. If any of you or team or your members want to actually, participate in private round.
And is there anything special people have to do to participate? Is there like certain exemptions or anything like that?
Everything will be done through our webpage. So pre-sale and actually private sale and the strategic round, why we did that is it's easier for us to sort out the data and know how many tokens are supposed to be given to a certain person. We ask for you to do a Google form. You have to fill out a Google form for us, just with Telegram ID or maybe Twitter ID and your email. I know email information is very personal these days, so some people may not be really comfortable doing it, but yeah, email is preferred. I think it's the best option, but you can give us the Telegram ID along with your transaction hash. Once you're done being registered, we just need your basic information. I think that's how it works, right? So I think we need basic information, and then we register you, and then you fill out a Google form after you invest.
Understood. And back to the use cases of the metaverse and the to earn aspect of the chat to earn in the metaverse. So what competitive advantage do you have? Because here's the thing. When it comes to a metaverse and to earn, at this point, that has been done by so many people, and so many people have made false promises and said they were going to do things they did not do. So a lot of people, when they hear play to earn, or when they hear we have a metaverse, people will roll their eyes and think, oh, it's one of those again. Everybody has a metaverse. Everybody has a to earn. So what competitive advantage do you guys' metaverse and to earn system, what competitive advantage does it have over the other ones?
Sure. 메타버스 채투원 어떤 투원 메타를 말씀하시는데 다른 프로젝트들과의 차별성이 무엇인지 정확히 말씀해 주실 수 있을까요? 왜냐하면 이 투원이라는 거는 여러 다른 사람들이 얘기를 하지만 지금까지 우리가 투원에서 제대로 운영하는 팀도 별로 없었거니와 이 투원이 지속되는 것을 보지 못했거든요. 어떻게 보면 장기적으로 봤을 때 처음에 그들의 의도와는 달리 이제 잘못된 약속이었다. 약속이 어긋났다. 또는 이제 이행을 그대로 하지 못했다라고 볼 수도 있는데, 그래서 요즘 사람들이 플레이 투 원, 무슨 투원 이러면 이 사람들이 그냥 이 프로젝트를 보는 시선이 별로 좋지가 않은 게 현실인데요. 어떻게 생각하시나요? 무엇이 다른가요? 그리고 가장 핵심되는 차별성, 차별화될 수 있는 그 무엇이 있다면 그게 무엇인가요?
네, 좋은 질문 감사합니다. 우리의 on이라는 전략이 특별히 우리만의 전략이거나 아니면 어떤 소수의 프로젝트들이 선택한 전략이라고 생각하지 않습니다. 어, 이 투언이라는 것은 이 블록체인 혹은 디파이라는 이 새로운 시장과 생태계가 형성되기 위해서 꼭 갖춰야 하는 조건이고 우리가 개발되고 성숙해져야 하는 네, 그런 분야라고 생각을 하고 있고요. 그래서 우리 또한 다른 프로젝트들과 마찬가지로 그 숙제를 어떻게 현명하게 풀어가느냐에 집중하는 것이 어, 네, 그게 최선이다라고 좀 말씀을 드리고 싶습니다. 하지만 우리가 가지고 있는 우리만의 특별한 점들이 어떤 것이 있냐, 그러니까 정말 궁금하신 분들께서는 네, 저희 웹사이트를 한번 네, 그래도 진지하게 들러주셔서 한 5분이라도 한번 구경해 주시고 그래도 또 관심이 생기신다면 커뮤니티에 오셔서 저희가 어떤 투원을 어, 하고자 하는지 네, 오셔서 직접 경험해 보시면 네, 좋을 것 같습니다.
Of course, we don't think that to earn meta or using this strategy is just our own innovative strategy. Of course, there's a lot of projects that are doing to earn, and in order for it to work well, in my opinion, you have to have developed an ecosystem, and the ecosystem has to mature. So how do we resolve the issue of bringing maturity to an ecosystem? And that uh, is something that we're focused on. How do we resolve this issue? This is what we're focused on. But um, how are we different? Um, I can only say that you should visit the website for about 5 minutes. And then if you have any questions, anything that concerns you or interests you, you want to come to our website. We have the crazyrichrrabbit.io. Crazy Rich Rabbit is a collection of NFTs that we have released, about 111 of them. And based on the same character concept, we created a very easy to play game, and we will be creating a series of arcade games. The game has been running for about half a year now, um, and we are going to be rewarding the people with Vacuum Coin as we launch. Right now, you just get points. Right now, it will be converted with Vacuum Coin. So yeah, come and see for yourself. The system that we're building is a very long-term system. Chat to earn. Why will we just throw money and just people coming to chat? We are expecting higher engagement. We are expecting a mutual growth in our and maturity throughout our ecosystem. Um, and soon we will be launching a launchpad and a program to develop and help develop the system, help better the crypto crypto market in throughout the world. So just if you have time, just for 5 minutes, you can come, and if you want to play the game, you can play the game on your PC. And I think it's playable on mobile. So yeah, just try it out and let us know.
Alrighty, give me 1 minute.
And he said, "Thank you for a great question, by the way."
Yeah, you're welcome, man. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. I saw on the website you guys were speaking of a abuse and censorship issue and how your metaverse union can solve that. How would your metaverse union solve an abuse and censorship issue?
이 메타버스의 제 웹사이트를 가보니까요. 지금 몇 가지를 말씀하시는데요. 이 어떤, 뭐라 그럴까요? 어떤 남용, 악용 하는 것과 온라인에서 어떤, 이 온라인에 있는 그, 온라인의 자유를 남용하거나 또는, 우리가 어떤 그 우리 의지와는 다르게 그 자유를 또 억압을 당하는 경우가 있잖아요. 그러니까 그런 거에 대해서 글을 쓰신 걸로 제가 보이는데, 그런, 어, 예를 들어서 그 블록체인을 통해서 그 기존의 어떤 시스템의 이 한계를, 어, 그런 문제를 타개하겠다고 말씀하셨는데, 어떻게 가능하신지를 좀 설명해 주실 수 있을까요?
어, 사실 현재 문제를 타개하겠다라기보다, 어, 우리가 이 컴퓨팅이라는 기술과 이 온라인 네트워킹이라는 기술을 더 나은 방향으로, 올바른 방향으로 발전시켜야 하는 그런 어떤 의무감이다라고 대답하는 게 더 맞을 것 같습니다.
Um, right now, we the abuse and censorship issue is something that we must take on as our duty to make it go into the right direction as just part of this uh, this new innovative system, and society. So based on computing, most advanced computing technology and the online network. So we I don't think it's just up to us, but as a whole, we should take it to the right direction and develop it into the right direction. But we have a sense of duty, being a player in this market, to bring out over censorship. We overcome over censorship or extreme abuse cases.
Alrighty, man. Well, that's all the questions I have over here at my end. So if you guys don't have any further comments, I will throw it over to the community.
추가로 더 하시고 싶은 말씀 있으시면 하시고요. 지금 사전에 준비된 질문은 여기까지인데, 그 이후에 추가로 질문하시고 싶으신 분들이 계시면 그분들 질문을 좀 받겠습니다. 하시고 싶으신 말씀 있나요, 마지막으로?
저는 괜찮을 것 같고요. 뭐, 현장 질문 있다면, 넘어가면 좋겠습니다.
We're ready to take the questions from the community.
Alrighty. We've got, let's go with, I saw PCI up first. PCI, you can go ahead with your question. Wait, his mic's not. All right, there it goes. PCI, go ahead and ask your question, man. How you doing?
Hey, DC, I'm doing great, thank you. Hope you too. So one of the main issue when it comes to chat to earn credits will be people that try to bypass the system and cheat, so that way they can receive more rewards. So how are you going to handle that?
Good question. Let me ask, and then I'll add my opinion on that as well. PCI라는 분이 질문했는데요. 채트원이라고 생각을 하면 정말 뭐라 그럴까요? 사기로 복붙도 하고 여러 가지 반칙을 하는 사람들이 많이 생길 텐데 그 부분은 어떻게 해결하시려고 생각하고 계신가요? 또 해결하고 계신가요?
네, 일단은 저희 커뮤니티 매니저분들께서 실시간으로 지금 거의 24시간 운영을 하시면서 모니터링을 해주고 계시기 때문에 그런 부정 행위에 대해서는 저희가 나름의 관리가 되고 있다고 말씀드릴 수 있고요. 그리고 추후에 저희가 만들고 있는 메타버스 내에서도 같은 문제가 발생할 우려가 있어서 그에 대한 시스템적인 구조를 현재 지금 만들어 나가고 있습니다.
So, first of all, I want to say we have community managers, community moderators, not managers. There's a manager and a few moderators that are working 24/7. We have a team that is all over the world. We have a global team that can manage the chat 24 hours. So they are monitoring the chat, and if there is something of somewhat of a cheating going on, we have it under control to a certain degree. Now we're kind of worried about the same issue with the metaverse that we're creating. It's going to be a community chat, personal engagement based. So we are creating a system which we cannot reveal right now for the metaverse. Now, if I may add, we are creating, we have a good number of programmers. We have a good team on the tech side. So they're creating a bot that's going to be focused on vacuum community, which you'll be able to export and use it for your communities as well. So um, once we finish it, it'll have a function of filtering out certain activities. We're currently using a few different bots. Now this bot will be an all-in-one bot I'm assuming that it's gonna be a all-in-one bot, which we'll be releasing early next year. So we just understand that we're really serious about this check to earn thing. It's going to be the basis of how we build our projects.
I'm glad you mentioned the moderators because I was going to I was going to ask similar questions because there's people that sometimes likes to troll or just like it sits with some words, so I guess they will be there to let's say moderate those people with the language, so they don't tend to troll people or just say some uh, like bad words or something related. uh, I also wanted to ask my final question, if you don't mind, DC.
I don't think he got the.
All right. So you mentioned before earlier like a launchpad, is that correct? So when it comes to launchpad, there's too many like launching recently this year. So what is going to be like the main focus for you guys to to bring those let's say investors that to trust your project, your launchpad, so that way they stay and actually like bring more investors, because when it comes to launchpad, like I mentioned, you have to like you have to have like a unique features in order to to succeed and to stay in the crypto space. So I wanted to know if you are going to be like any unique feature or anything similar that put you like besides from other launchpads in this space.
아까 말씀해주신 것 중에서 이제 관리팀을 말씀해 주셔서 감사합니다. 비슷한 질문이 있었어요. 근데 이제 여러 인터넷 트롤들이 많잖아요. 트롤링 하는 분들이 있고, 그걸로 이제, 그걸 낙으로 삼는 사람들이 있기 때문에 그런 사람들이 나와서 여러 가지 얘기를 하고 욕을 하고 이러는 것들은, 아무래도 관리하는 분들이 필요하다고 생각이 들고요. 그런 분들 계셔서 다행입니다. 예. 이제 질문을 하나 더 하고 싶은데요. 혹시 이 런치패드를 아까 말씀하셨는데요. 런치패드 말씀하신 거 맞죠? 이렇게 런치패드 올해 정말 많이 나왔습니다. 런치패드 많이 나왔는데 투자자들 입장에서는 비슷비슷해 보일 수 있을 거라고 생각이 들거든요. 여러 런치패드들이 있기 때문에. 그래서 혹시 어떤 방법으로 다른 유니크한 어떤 무엇이 있나요? 어떤 다른 방법으로 투자자들을 유치하겠다. 우리는 이것이 다르다. 아, 우리는 코인계에서 이런 특별한 어떤 뭐 대상을 생각하고 있다라는 게 있으시면 말씀 부탁드립니다.
네, 현재 저희의 특별함에 대해서 조금, 설명을 드리자면, 백큐 월렛에 대해서 조금 말씀을 드릴 수 있을 것 같습니다. 백큐 월렛은 현재 저희가 많이 사용하고 있는 메타마스크나 트러스트 월렛보다 훨씬 더 유저 친화적인 UX, UI로 개발되는 개인 지갑인데요. 근데 이 백큐 월렛이 왜 특별하다라고 말씀을 드리냐면 저희가 최근에 스페이스 벨트라는 인공위성 보안 데이터 회사와의 업무 협약을 맺었고요. 그 일을 시작으로 해서 인공위성 블록체인 기술이라는 네, 신기술, 네, 완전히 새로운 기술을 저희가 도입해서 그 기술을 활용해서 백큐 월렛에서의 보안 체계들을 설계하고 있습니다.
론치패드 관련돼서 말씀을 하셨는데 론치패드의 유니크한 점이 있는지 말씀 부탁드립니다. 예, 질문이 론치패드 관련된 거였습니다.
네. 론치패드는 저희가 한국에 론치패드가 없다라는 점에서 사업의 기회가 있다라고 생각했고요. 그래서 한국형 런치패드, 그러니까 거의 최초 한국형 디파이 런치패드다, 혹은 유일한 한국형 디파이 런치패드다라는 네, 특징점을 살려서 서비스를 전개해 나갈 예정입니다.
예, 그럼 앞에 말씀하신 부분은 뒤에 다시 저 해서 넣겠습니다. 저는 다시
네,
넣겠습니다.
부탁드리겠습니다.
So Launchpad, what's unique is in Korea um, there's there's no Launchpad basically. There's no South Korea focused Launchpad. So that's where we saw an opportunity because, as you know, South Korea is one of the top countries in trading crypto. So I think something that is focused solely for the Korean crowd, and as we grow with that base, I think we saw an opportunity over there. Now, what is going to be unique, if I may, for Vacuum in general, is that we've I think you can find our article in Cointelegraph, but we've um, signed an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, with a company called the Space Belt, which has a network of satellites. So we had an MOU in regards to secure data, and how we're going to utilize this is we will be bringing some new blockchain technology based on the satellite, and we will be utilizing it to create our own vacuum wallet. Of course, we are at a very, very early stage, very early stage, and we just signed with a company that is in the U.S. and Singapore, Spacebelt. We will be bringing a wallet service where you won't be able to. You will be able to. I think we're trying to make it so that you will be able to retrieve even if you lose your basic word phrase. So and it won't be tied to any pre-existing system, which will be unique. But as for Launchpad, we have the Korean market. We'll focus on the Korean market. It'll be in Korean initially, so that's where we see the opportunity.
Yeah, that's solid. Like you mentioned, because it is the only Korean project that I see or that I have seen around. And you having your unique launchpad, it is pretty good because there's no other project related to them. So that's
Yeah.
really good. I hope your
Thank you,
project.
thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, DC.
You're welcome, man. Sensei, you can go up next, dude. That was some great questions, PCI. Sensei, you're up next, man. Go ahead.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Hey.
Well, I mean, so I'll just go straight to my question, right? My question is, how do you intend to balance market volatility with the development of the project, right? Seeing that the market is really unstable at the moment, and as I heard, you guys have a lot of plans coming up for this project, and most projects are unable to support further expansion in a rapidly changing market like this. So, how do you intend to strike this balance?
Damn, man, you must be some kind of a rapper because I couldn't understand anything what you spoke so fast. Can you repeat that? I'm so sorry. Can you repeat that?
It's fine right now. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
So I was saying, how do you intend to balance market volatility with the development of the project? Seeing that the market is really unstable at the moment, and as I heard from the AMA, you guys have a lot planned up for this project, and most projects are unable to support further expansion in a rapidly changing market like this. So how do you intend to track this balance? That's the question. Do you get it now?
So you're saying how are we going to maintain balance as we develop, because market is stable at the moment, but it's very fluctuating, and a lot of the projects aren't able to stably develop and maintain and operate. So your concern is how do we? So how are we going to be operating in the long term? Is that what I'm supposed to answer?
Yeah, how are you going to further, seeing that all the utilities you have planned are not ready at the moment, right? And the market is really unstable. So at the long run as well, developing, how are you going to strike a balance between the market's volatility, that's the unstableness of the market, and further development?
Okay. 먼저 아까 말씀하셨던 분이 한국형 런치패드는 진짜 없는 걸로 보이고요. 이게 그래서 좀 너무 좋아 보이고 이제 앞으로 예, 좀 기대를 할 거라고 기대하겠다고 앞으로 좀 지켜보겠다 얘기했습니다. 아까 대답해 주셔서 너무 감사드리겠다고 말씀했고요. 지금 이분은 이 마켓이 그 시장이 우리가 봤을 때 현재로서는 안정되어 있지만 시장은 항상 불안정하고 끊임없이 움직이는데요. 이 시장에 우리가 뭐라 그럴까요? 어떻게 밸런스를 유지하면서 운영을 하실 수 있을지에 대해서 그런 계획이 있으신지 여러 가지 지금 준비하고 계시긴 한데 뭐 장이 더 안 좋아질 때 계획과 뭐 그런 만약에 어떤 하나의 프로그램이 제대로 진행이 되지 않았을 때의 계획 등 이런 게 준비되어 있으신가요?
네. 저희 프로젝트 자체가 시작할 때, 저희 팀원의 구성이, 본업이 있는 상태에서 시작을 했기 때문에, 저희 핵심 개발 인력들은, 네, 저희의 운영과 경영의 상태와는 상관없이 이 사업을 이어나갈 수 있는, 컨디션이라고 말씀드릴 수 있습니다. 네, 그래서 최악의 상황이더라도, 저희는 네, 이 사업을 제가 뭐 죽지 않는 한, 네, 끝까지 이어나갈 생각입니다.
When we started the project, we already have our team members already had their daytime job, and many of us still do. So the core developing people, the core dev team, um, regardless of the market condition, we can sustain this development and proceed with the progress. We're not, all of us are not all in this project right now. We have daytime jobs, so even if it's in the worst condition, we can sustain it that way. Now, even if all things go south, um, I'm trying to. I'm planning to stay in this business throughout my life. So even if I don't die, this business will continue. This uh, um, business within the Web3 space will continue. So I don't know if that gave you an assurance.
Yeah, it's fair enough. I really think it's a very nice project. And yeah, it was fine enough. Thanks, DC.
Thank you.
No problem, man. Thanks, Sensei. All right, let's go with Reese James. Reese James, you are up. Go ahead and ask your question, man.
How you doing?
Doing good, man.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Hello, Sen. How you doing?
Yo, what's up?
I'm good. So there's this question which I had going through your project. I would really love to commend you very well for what you guys are doing in the space too. It's really nice. But what I really want to talk about, it's because of the world going on in the world, what is going on, including wars in Russia and Ukraine. This is really affecting the world and also crypto space. So how are you planning on helping both your long-term investors and also new-term investors to see the need that now is the important time to invest and hold on to your token? How are you planning on doing that? And not only to invest, but hold on to your token for a long time. How are you planning on helping them see the need that now is the most important time?
Great question. 지금 아까 설명해 주신 것들 너무 잘 들었고요. 정말 잘하시고 계시다. 너무 지금 이 시장에서 너무 잘하고 있다고 칭찬의 한 말씀 드리고 싶습니다. 너무 감사합니다. 그리고 우리가 세상의 흐름을 볼 때는요, 이제 거시경제가 이 코인계에 여러 영향을 주고 있잖아요. 그리고 국제 정세와 거시경제의 영향이 코인 쪽에 영향을 많이 주고 있습니다. 특히 뭐 러시아 전쟁이라든가 뭐 여러 가지가 있지 않습니까? 그런 것들이 우리에게 영향을 주고 있는데, 이런 장에서 신규 투자자들과 기존의 투자자들에게 확신을 줄 수 있다. 이 프로젝트는 앞으로 6개월, 앞으로 1년 동안은 계속 지속이 될 수 있다라는 어떤 확신을 주실 수 있는 방법이 있다면 어떤 방법이 있을까요? 어떻게 하려고 계획하고 계신가요?
네, 우리는 작년에 프로젝트를 시작할 때부터, 네, Show and Prove라는, 저희의 신념을 네, 지키면서 현재까지 네, 사업을 이끌어 왔습니다. 네, 그래서 현재까지도 응원해주시는, 저희 커뮤니티 여러분들, 그 투자자분들이 계시다고 생각하고요. 네, 지금 저희를 알아봐 주시고 인정해 주시는 분들이 늘어날 수 있도록 저희가 지금 계획하고 개발하고 있는 것들, 하나씩 더 완성도 있는, 네, 그런 서비스들을 만들어서, 더 좋은 쇼 앤 프루브 할 수 있도록, 네, 노력하겠습니다.
So, when we started this project last year, the very first version of our project, 2022 Moon, our company slogan, our project slogan was show and prove. So anyone can show, anyone can try to display can they really prove what they have? And from all of our activities last year, I think we still have a lot of old investors from the 2022 Moon investing in our this rebranded Vaccum coin. And I think by them experiencing what Show and Prove really was, I think that we have built some kind of trust with the community. Now, as we go on, as we keep our promise on developing things one by one and releasing partnerships, I mean, we can just say, you just call out fake names and get people excited. But when we want to do it right. So when we have everything ready and when we develop according to our plan, and when you see a more complete version of our service, and as we provide better service, it will be a continuation of our project slogan, show and prove. Even if, as you saw, and this is my opinion at the end, as you saw with Ethereum and Bitcoin and sometimes Dogecoin, these core fans do not lose trust that sometime in the future, their coin is going to be the dominant player in the crypto space. And we're not saying that we're going to be, beating Bitcoin, but you will see, my personal vision is that you will see us in the top, let's say we'll start with the top 500, and then we'll go on to the top 200, and we'll go on to the top 100. You will see us up there as we continue to develop. So thank you for that. Thank you so much for your great question. Personally, I think that this is not Sun's opinion. It's my personal opinion is that we have the World Cup coming, which should be somewhat of a relief. Then we have Christmas season coming. We have, it looks like Ukraine and Russia is open to agreement. Looks like Joe Biden is easing up against China, and that will bring both countries' economy some stability. So as all these things happen all together, we will find a better ground in the crypto space. And as we find better macro space situations, I think the crypto space will stabilize and return to its original place. So, I mean, so if you think about it, where would all those investor money have gone? It's just, they just pulled it back out for safety. And when the market stabilizes, we will be rising together with the market.
Thank you very, very much, and I really appreciate what you guys are putting up. It's really great one. I appreciate. Thank you very much, DC. Thank you very much, Don Barrow. Thanks again.
No problem, dude. Thank you. All right, let's go to Jimmy Elon. Jimmy Elon, you can go and ask your question, man. Your mic is unmuted and the floor is yours.
Okay, thanks for the opportunity. I just wanted to ask about, okay, the metaverse. This is something that is already done most times, and okay, it's okay. But I wanted to ask about the languages and how people will communicate in the metaverse, because I saw something on the website about that. And let's say you meet a Spanish guy and there's no like chat section. How will you like understand what he's talking about? Maybe with the chat you can at least translate what he writes down. But when it's just audio, you can't, understand what he's saying. So how will you solve this different language aspect?
Okay. So, 아까 방금 전에 질문하신 분이 너무 고맙고 너무 좋다. 이 프로젝트 너무너무 좋고요. 정말 감사하다고 얘기했습니다. 그 다음 질문으로 넘어가면요. 이 메타버스에서 언어 문제를 해결한다고 하시는데 이 부분을 조금 더 설명해 주실 수 있을까요? 언어의 어떤 장벽의 문제를 어떻게 해결하실까요?
네, 우리가 메타버스를 통해서 지금 구현하고자 하는 세계가 쉽게 말하면 SNS 메타버스라고 말씀드릴 수 있는데요. 그 메타버스 안에서의 대화가 실시간으로 음성이 번역되고 그 번역된 음성이 이 타겟 언어로 텍스트로 이제 화면에 출력되는 그런 기술을 RBT라고 부르고 있고 그 기술을 지금 개발 중에 있습니다. RBT가 추후에 저희 메타버스에 적용될 수 있도록 하기 위해서 개발 중이고요. 외에도 B2B나 다양한 기관에서도 사용할 수 있는 서비스로 만들 수 있게 네, 확장성을 고려해서 개발하고 있습니다.
Our metaverse can be defined as a social media metaverse, social network service metaverse. So within the metaverse, one thing is we can do, simultaneous voice translation. We are currently working with to develop with a partner where your voice will be recognized as text. It's a speech-to-text technology where then the text will be translated real time. And the person on the other end will either read the text message. And this is my personal opinion. If speech to text is available, text to speech should be available as well. So I think it will be a very unique feature that will bring down language barriers. So we call this technology RVT, real-time voice translation. And we are trying to extend it to a B2B focused service. B2B meaning business to business, not just B2C or C2C, consumer to consumer or business to consumer. We are looking to expand business to business, and we're trying to accommodate it accordingly. So yes, stay tuned. You're gonna be seeing something really interesting and exciting.
Will this be integrated later, or it's already integrated, or it's on the roadmap or something like that?
I'm sorry, you're inaudible. Can you say that again?
I said, will this be integrated like the text to speech, speech to text model? Will it be integrated, or it's already there?
지금 현재 많은 경우에 이제 텍스트 투 스피치가 있고 스피치 투 텍스트 기술이 있잖아요. 문자가 목소리로 나오기도 하고 목소리가 문자로 나오기도 하는 기술이 있는데 그런 기술이 메타버스에 뭐라 그럴까요? 이게 통합된다. 그런 기술이 통합이 된다. 그 안에 어떤 적용이 된다라고 이해하면 되는 걸까요?
네, 맞습니다. 쉽게 말하면 우리가 스마트 TV를 이용할 때 리모컨을 대고 말하고 그거를 통해서 어떤 컨텐츠를 검색하는 그 프로세스와 동일하다고 말씀드릴 수 있는데요. 그 기능이 우리가 소통하기 위한 메타버스에 적용된다라고 이해하시면 되겠습니다.
So if I put it in an easier way, and yes, where you're going with this is correct. Speech to text, text to speech functions being integrated inside the metaverse, along with the translation function. So if I were to say it easily, it's very similar to using a remote control on a smart television. You use the control to choose options, but you also sometimes tuck into the remote, right? And the smart TV will show you the results. So it's very similar. Of course, we'll make it best version of it and the most easiest easiest to use version.
All righty. Well, let's go on to, I see Peter with his hand up. All right. Let us go to, well, first of all, I want to say thank you to Jimmy Elon for your questions. I appreciate that. And let's go to Peter. All righty. And Peter, yeah, go ahead, Peter. Go ahead. Your mic's unmuted.
Yeah, so hi everyone. So I was wondering, like, why are you making the physical utility cafe and brewery when the project is about like P2E, metaverse? Like, what was the logic behind them? Because like just taking it at face value, you say there's no correlation there. So I just want to know the reason for that.
Would you be able to say it a little bit slower? I couldn't understand. I'm so sorry. If just a little bit more slower. Sorry about that.
So I was saying, I'm looking at the roadmap. You have, I think on the phase 6, you are going to be creating a physical utility that consists of P2E, that consists of, cafe and brewery. Yeah, I think I'm getting it right.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was wondering, what's the relation to the project? This is a P2E metaverse project. What's the relation to this cafe, and like what are the reasons behind that utility, that option actually?
오케이. 이 부분은 제가 답을 해드릴까요? 이게 질문이 뭐였냐면, 그 로드맵 보면, 페이스 6에 보면, 카페나 뭐 이런 술집 같은 데서 사용할 수 있게 만든다고 했는데, 그 이유가 무엇이냐고 얘기하는데요. 이거는 제가 짧게 설명을 해드려도 되겠습니까?
네, 부탁드리겠습니다.
So if you look at the roadmap, phase 6 is probably at the end of our project where everything's out. We have the metaverse, we have Launchpad, we have incubating, accelerating, all those programs running, and we have the chat to earn system, we have the bot, we have everything, right? We have the Crazy Rich Rabbit, series. Everything's actively moving, right? Phase 6 then should be this. You live on the metaverse, but you don't live on the metaverse. So what do I mean by that? You can do any and all activity on the metaverse. You can fly, you can shoot, you can jump, you can fall, you can do anything, but it doesn't help you sustain you with food, with water. There's a disconnect. Now, for Vaccum on the phase 6 will be whatever you do in the metaverse and you earn all this money, doing activities on metaverse. Maybe you transact and you want to go to like a coffee shop or a brewery with the Vaccum coin. Right now, there's not many people that do payment solution with Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it's very unlikely for a new project to have to be accepted. I mean, even people are just starting to accept Bitcoin as a form of payment, right? So by phase 6, we're trying to make Vaccum as an actual currency. We will have partnerships with different franchise and chains. They will be accepting Vaccum. For your Vaccum, they will give you something real. You're using virtual money to get something real in real life, and that's the final step of cryptocurrency. I think all cryptocurrency is moving towards that point where you can actually trade with a digital dollar. I think some country in Africa, and also Venezuela, they had some kind of system like that, very primitive, but also very innovative. They had this, digital money system. You will be able to use it throughout the world. In my personal goal is that you will be able to use the vacuum coin when you travel. I think it goes back to Sun's experience.
Okay. Okay, I think I get you.
Got you. All right. Well, Peter, that was a really good question, man. I appreciate you asking that. Next up, we will go to Ghost Dog. All right, Ghost Dog, your mic is unmuted. The floor is yours.
All right, thanks a lot. Okay, so my question, like first, I wanted to ask about this real-time voice to text translation service, because it looks really exciting. But you actually provided a lot of information about that. So maybe just a very quick question to touch this subject. I'm wondering, like, because it sounds, if you want to like develop it from scratch, it sounds like a pretty big effort. And because it is an innovative service, I've heard about companies that are working on such stuff. But it does seem to be innovative and, resource intensive thing when it comes to development. So I'm just curious, like, at what stage of developing this service you are at the moment? Like, is this a research, or do you have some maybe early prototypes, something like that? And what is like a very rough roadmap for delivering this service? And then if I could, I'm gonna have another quick question.
이제 저는 RBT에 대해서 정말 궁금한데요. 근데 아까 여러 설명을 해주셨기 때문에 뭐 궁금증이 어느 정도 풀렸는데 이 주제에 대해서 한번 말씀을 조금 더 나눈다면요. 이거 굉장히 사실 여러 회사들이 개발을 하고 있고 어떻게 보면은 굉장히 좀 혁신적인 서비스라고도 볼 수 있을 것 같습니다. 이게 나온다면 정말 혁신적일 것 같은데 혹시라도 이 초기 모델이라든가 현재 초기 버전이 있는지 테스팅해 볼 수 있는 초기 버전이 언제쯤 개발이 될 수 있는지, 현재 개발되고 있는지, 어떤 파트너십이 있는지 등을 좀 알고 싶고요. 그 RBT에 대해서 따로 로드맵을 주실 수 있다면 뭐 구체적인 일정이 아니더라도 언제쯤 우리가 알파 버전, 베타 버전 그리고 정식 출시를 하실 수 있는지 그게 좀 궁금합니다.
네. 저희 아까도 잠시 말씀드렸듯이 뮤에 대한 최초 알파 버전, 더 정확히 말씀드리면 시연이 가능한 수준의 버전은 올해 안에 나올 것으로 저희가 기대하고 있고요. 그리고 저희 뮤 안에 들어가게 될 RBT 기술이나 그 안에서 또 시연하게 될 버블, 그리고 그 버블을 통해서 저희가 진행하게 될 구인구직 플랫폼, 이런 것들은 2023년 내에 하나씩 저희가 업데이트를 될 예정으로 저희가 2022년에 계획을 세워놓은 것들은 다 실현될 수 있도록 2023년 내에는 그렇게 저희가 스케줄을 잡고 개발을 진행하고 있습니다.
RBT에 대해서는 알파 버전이 언제쯤 나올까요?
RBT의 알파 버전은 내년 상반기 안에 저희가 시연할 수 있을 것으로 기대하고 있고요. RBT를 위한 저희 이 번역 AI 기술 기업들과 파트너십을 지금 위해서 현재 협의 중에 있습니다.
So, as I mentioned earlier, the pre-alpha version of the metaverse is going to be coming out at the end of this year. Now, RVT will be able to, well, the rough estimate for the RVT and the bubble and the seeking talent and employment, employer platform is going to be all released next year, 2023. Now, specifically for the RVT, we're looking to bring it out early next year, and we're in the process of doing making arrangements with the AI assisted translation technology companies, right? Which we will review very soon.
Okay, really nice. Thanks for that. And my last question, very quick, because there are more and more metaverses coming into the space, and obviously most of these projects are not of the highest quality. We are still early in this game, but I can imagine, like, especially based on my first experiences with some early metaverses, and there's nothing more depressing than an empty metaverse, because basically metaverse is more like a social experience, like a group experience.
Yes.
So my question is, like, what is kind of like the critical maybe number of players, of people that you think should like be involved in the metaverse at the same time, or around the same time, to make it in your metaverse, to make it a like enjoyable experience, to make it to make the best out of it, and make it really rolling. What do you think? What do you expect? What do you need to achieve in this regard?
That was a great question. Thank you. 더 많은 메타버스들이 자꾸 나오고 있습니다. 자꾸 많이 나오고 있는데요. 우리가 보면 메타버스는 우리가 상상하는 메타버스가 있잖아요. 근데 이 출시되는 메타버스들 보면은 이런 퀄리티가 이제 뭐 개똥인 경우도 많잖아요. 그러니까 이 초기의 메타버스들을 봤을 때 정말 사람들이 실망하고 많이 참여 안 하는 경우가 많은데, 메타버스에 들어가갖고 이게 좀 엄청 우울해지는 경우가 나 혼자만 있을 때는 정말 우울하거든요. 그런 면에서 봤을 때 다음 질문으로 넘어가는데요. 이 메타버스가 활성화가 되려면 몇 명이 있어야 된다고 생각하시는지, 그 대표님의 의견을 듣고 싶고, 그다음에 동시에 그 실시간 접속자가 몇 명이 되어야 되는지, 되셔야 될 거라고 생각하는지, 되어야 될 거라고 생각하시는지, 그리고 이게 좀 더 최상의 경험을 하려면, 그렇다면 그 최상의 경험을 하려면 몇 명이 돼야 되는지, 그리고 정말 이 메타버스를 통해서 사람들이 나는 매일매일 여길 들어가고 싶다 하고 싶은 마음이 들게끔 하려면 몇 명까지 들어가야 되는지에 대해서 생각하시는 점이 있으신가요?
네, 당연히 저희도, 네, 그런 이 서버의 운영과 이 데이터 크기에 대해서도 고려해야 되는 부분이기 때문에, 네, 항상 고민되는 주제입니다. 좋은 질문 감사드리고요. 저희 메타버스가, 방금 말씀하셨던 것처럼 당연히 이 소셜 네트워킹의 친화적인 방향성이 저희도 맞다라고 이제 생각을 하고 있고요. 그렇다면은, 이 유저의 수도 중요하겠지만, 유저의 그 지속성, 그러니까, 한 유저가 얼마나 더, 자주 들어오느냐에 더 집중하는 쪽이, 맞는 방향이지 않나라고도, 네, 그렇게 생각하고 있습니다. 그리고 저희가 여러 가지 지금, 이 서버를 운영을 하거나, 기술적인 문제, 저희가 웹에서 진행을 해야 하기 때문에 해결해야 되는 기술적인 문제들까지 다 감안했을 때 동시 접속자 수가 최초에는 그렇게 많지는 않겠지만 네, 미래에는 그래도 10,000명 혹은 10만 명 단위까지 커버할 수 있는 네, 그런 서비스로 네, 발전시키고자 하고 있습니다.
So, great question. Thank you so much for your question. Of course, we have to take into consideration of managing the server and the amount of data that we process per minute per hour. As you said, metaverse is very like a social media. So many I mean, great importance is put upon the number of users. But what I think is more important is focusing on how many that um, one the individual user, how many times that person is coming in, and how often is he coming online to the metaverse. That's our focus. So when we take into consideration of resolving the server issue, the number of users, and the current technology, and when we take into consideration of all of that, um, we don't think it's going to be a lot of people initially, but we are going to build it to a 10,000 people who are online simultaneously at the same time. We will grow it to about 100,000 people at the same time, but that's where we want to go. But initially, it's not going to be a lot.
Okay, really nice. Thanks for these answers. And on the final note, I have just a small recommendation, maybe more than a question, because like when I initially started reading the white paper and trying to learn something about the project, I was kind of confused. But the more I listened to the owner talking about it, the more I see that he's got a vision. He's got some kind of idea for that and persistence to actually implement it. And I think that the problem with the white paper or the light paper I had, it was a bit chaotic. There were a lot of some kind of translation bugs, some editing problems, stuff like that. And I think for a super low cost, you can actually maybe try to improve it a little bit, because this is the first thing that potential investor see, or this is the first experience with the project, basically. So it might create some not great experience, and this first experience is obviously important. So I just advise you to maybe just have a look at it and maybe work a bit. It seems like a really extremely small cost compared to the all the effort you put in the project. So yeah, interesting stuff. Good luck with it, and thanks for your answers.
Thank you so much. We have a second version of the white paper. I don't think it's updated. So I'm a translator myself. I think the previous work was probably done on like a Google Translate. So I edited throughout, and they had the artwork done again. So we'll post it soon. I think within this week we'll post it so that you can see it. 마지막은 제안을 하나 하고 싶은데요. 처음에 저는 이 프로젝트에 대해서 처음 공개가 되었을 때 백서를 먼저 봤습니다. 백서 봤을 때 굉장히 난해했어요. 이게 무슨 말인가, 번역이 잘못된 건가 좀 고민을 많이 했는데, 역시 오늘 그 대표님 말씀을 들어보니까 비전이 있으신 것 같고 어떤 아이디어가 있는 것 같은데, 현재의 백서는 좀 뭔가 너무 좀 문제가 있어 보이거든요. 그래서 얼마 들지 않고 돈 얼마 안 들이고 맵크 뿌리면 이거를 뭐 편집할 수도 있는 그런 문제니까요. 해줄 수 있냐. 왜냐하면 정말 이 코인 쪽에 진심인 투자자들은 제일 먼저 보는 게 웹사이트 그리고 백서라고 하거든요. 근데 처음에 이렇게 저처럼 이런 경험을 했던 사람들은 뭔가 오해를 할 수 있을 것 같아요. 그래서 제가 말씀드렸던 게 최근에 우리 그 백서를 업데이트를 했고 다시 공개할 거라고 얘기를 했습니다. 괜히?
네, 감사합니다. 네, 좋은 말씀 너무 감사합니다.
예, 감사합니다. Thank you for your great suggestion. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for your answers. Good luck with all your plans.
All
대답해주셔서
right.
너무 감사드리고요. 예.
Next up, let's get Ghostbuster, and then we'll move to the chat's questions. All right. So, Ghostbuster, you are up, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi, fam. How's it going?
Hey.
Yeah. The last person has asked my question. The area of my question is going towards: do you want to outsource your servers, like the service of the server, or are you the person that is developing the server yourself? That's the first part of my question.
Do we want to access what?
Outsource the service of your server for the metaverse.
Outsource
the service of the
service
metaverse,
of
the
the
server.
metaverse. Server, I see.
The server of the metaverse, yeah.
Yes. Okay. And
Do
what
you
will
want to
be
outsource the server service?
What will be the following question?
Or you are building this? Are you building the server yourself? And the second
Are we
question
building the
is,
server ourselves?
do you
Okay.
know? Yeah, because the reason why the question is needed is, as an investor, for you to know if the project is going to be spending money on outsourcing server services, or
I see.
they will have their own server built by themselves, expanding by themselves, and managing it by themselves. Because as a server expert, I understand that most metaverse projects will come and pitch their project to us, and at the end of the day, they will be outsourcing server services. They will not have the server services built themselves. They'll be outsourcing the services and be paying heavily. It will now be part of the maintenance bill that they'll have to pay, and it will be killing the project indirectly. So my first question is, as an investor, I want to know if you're outsourcing your server, your metaverse server, or you're building it ground up by yourself.
투자자로서 한번 물어보고 싶은데요. 혹시 서버를 우리가 자체적으로 개발해서 유지하는 건지 아니면 외주 위탁을 하는지 그걸 좀 알고 싶은데요. 위탁을 하는 경우에는 물론 장기적으로 운영을 하기가 어렵겠죠. 자체적으로 만드는 게 이제 투자자들 입장에서는 이게 그걸 선호할 텐데 어떻게 하실 건지 좀 얘기해 주실 수 있을까요?
네, 당연히 저희 서버는 현재 자체적으로 운영되고 있고요. 그거는 작년에 저희 사업이 시작될 때부터 그렇게 저희 서버를 구축해서 사업이 시작됐습니다. 그리고 추후에 이 서버의 이 확장의 문제에 대해서는 저희 또한 많이 고민하는 문제인데요. 저희가 지금 기대하고 있는 것은 아까 말씀드렸던 스페이스 벨트라는 위성 보안 데이터 업체와의 협업을 통해서 저희가 이 위성에 저희 블록체인과 서버를 연결해서 그거를 효율적으로 디파이 시스템을 만들 수 있도록 그렇게 개발하고자 합니다.
앞에 부분 한 번만 더 말씀해 주실 수 있을까요?
네, 서버는 저희가 처음에 사업을 시작할 때부터 자체 서버를 구축해서 현재도 그 저희 자체 서버를 중축하면서 사업을 전개하고 있습니다.
So, ever since we first started the business, we built our own server, and we are expanding our server, this is how we've run our business ever since the very beginning of 2022. We are currently working together with the space satellite data company, what's called Spacebelt, and we are going to utilize their service as well to create a better DeFi system.
Okay, that's that. The reason is, to avoid glitches and freezing while using the platform. If you have the server yourself, you'll be able to work on it to give us the smooth usage of the metaverse. But if you are outsourcing it, it might take days for you to get the issues fixed. That's that for that. The second question is the complexity of the use case of metaverses might force you people to start launching a different coin. Maybe you going forward, you might feel you will need the use of a stable coin, the use of another coin. Let's put it in that way. Are you still going to use this coin that you are launching now? Or are we going to expect some use case coins or tokens going forward? Thank you.
So, 이 서버를 우리가 자체 운영하면 정말 이제 부드럽게 운영이 가능할 건데 아웃소싱을 하게 되면 외주 그리고 위탁을 하게 되면 큰 문제가 생길 수도 있다라는 걸 뭐 너무 잘 아실 겁니다. 그래서 저희는 그것 때문에 이제 좀 질문을 하고 싶었고요. 다음 질문으로 넘어가면요. 이 백큐 코인 외에도 다른 코인을 론칭을 하실 건지에 대한 질문인데요. 스테이블 코인이 될 수도 있을 거고, 다른 또 여러 코인이 될 수도 있을 겁니다. 백큐 코인만을 사용하실 건지, 이 코인으로 메타버스고 다른 서비스도 활용할 수 있을지를 좀 더 제대로 이해하고 싶은데요. 만약에 그 다른 코인들이 나온다면 그 코인들에 대한 유스 케이스도 부탁드립니다.
네, 마지막에 만약에 코인이 나온다면 그다음부터 다시 말씀해 주시겠어요?
어떤 유틸리티가 있을 건지 해당 코인들에 대해서 다른 유틸리티가 있으면 부탁드리겠습니다. 설명 부탁드립니다.
네. 현재 저희가 개발하고 있는, 런칭을 앞두고 있는 백큐 코인은, 저희 스코프 생태계에서, 기본 통화로, 사용하게 될 것이고요. 추후에는 이제 사업의 확장에 따라서, 백큐 코인은 거버넌스 토큰으로의, 이 변경 가능성이 있고요. 그렇게 된다면, 저희가 P2E를 위한 토큰이거나 혹은 C2E 뭐 이런 유틸리티 토큰 혹은 메타버스 내에서 이 버블에서 사용할 수 있는 어떤 토큰 생태계에 맞춘 그런 새로운 토큰의 발행 계획도 네, 가능합니다. 네, 유연합니다. 네.
So we're flexible in usage of other coins. For example, Vacuum. We're looking at the moment. We're looking at Vacuum is going to be the reserve base currency in the Vacuum scope ecosystem. As we grow, probably in the years to come, as we grow, it could change. We're not close to the option of changing it or upgrading it to a governance token coin. And releasing a utility coin for the P2E ecosystem, we're gonna create more arcade style games. We have we have a flying game right now that we've been successfully running for a while. Maybe for the we may have another specified coin for like the bubble space for metaverse. Or it
수님 마이크 꺼진 것 같습니다.
Yeah. Thank you for
No,
for.
somebody muted me. So it's translating. So
Okay. Thank you.
yeah, we're flexible.
Alrighty
We
then.
are
Let's move on to the questions in these comments. Here we go. Let me see. Let me see. Here we go. Start from the top and move downwards. All right, so we got. All right, so Soy MHK says, by self-developing combat applicable to Telegram and Discord, automatically log activities in the community and filter out malicious activity. The reward is paid in cryptocurrency. Does this mean that the activity in Telegram and Discord includes the prize? Sean and Son, that's a question for you guys.
yeah. Okay. So what's the question?
Hello?
Yeah. What's the question?
The question is, by self-developing combat applicable to Telegram and Discord, automatically log activities in the community and filter out malicious activity. The reward is paid in cryptocurrency. He's quoting what you guys had said. Does this mean that the activity in Telegram and Discord includes the prize? It's more of a yes or no question.
Yeah. I mean, simply put, yeah.
Okay.
The more chat you do, you'll earn more.
All right. So there's your answer, Mr. Soy. David Frogs, most projects are currently abandoned due to lack of sustainability and inability to support expansion in a rapidly changing market. How effectively will you deal with market volatility?
이 시장은 너무 이 시장이 너무 이제 좀 뭐랄까요? 안정적이지 못한데요. 이 안정적이지 못한 시장에서 이 시장의 움직임을 견디지 못하고 하락장을 견디지 못하고 또 프로젝트를 버리고 떠나는 사람들이 너무 많습니다. 그런 부분을 어떻게 극복하실 건지 답을 좀 부탁드립니다.
네, 지금 현재 예정되어 있는 2023년 로드맵대로 일단 저희가 철저히 이해가는 것에 집중을 한다면, 네, 장과는 상관없이 저희에 대해서 저의 포텐셜을 알아봐주는 투자자 혹은 기관들이 네, 생길 거라고 기대하고 있고요. 저희 또한 네, 그런 네, 추가 투자에 대한 저희 이 공식 움직임도 지금 시작되고 있습니다.
Okay. So 2023 roadmap. If we stick onto the if we stick by the roadmap, I don't think we will be affected greatly by the market. We're at a very early stage. There will be more investors. We are seeking out. We're meeting with a lot of potential investors. So we are expecting them to be recognizing us, and yeah, we're partnering with a lot of big names. We can't mention now, but you'll be hearing it within a month.
Alrighty. Next question that Soy's got is, he wants to know All right. How is the winner's prize calculated? Is the reset every 15 minutes related to the issue?
이 부분은 제가 답을 하겠습니다. So, winners, so I think, the person that's asking the question is a bit confused about or we may have not explained thoroughly. So right now on our Telegram chat, come into the Telegram chat and you'll see that, we have a weekly event that's happening. Once we have a metaverse with a bubble, we may have something different. But in the bubble system, what you say will be completely resetted. No one will be able to. There's not going to be any records of you saying anything, and it'll be reset every 15 minutes. Chat to earn system, we're running it right now. It's not something in the future. We're running it right now. Come to the global chat for Vaccum, and you can participate in chat to earn system where you'll be able to earn jackpots. You're going to be able to earn tips. You're going to be able to earn random tips, massive random tips. And also, based on your activity, we choose up to the top 10, and they get dropped 100 trons, and people are expecting tron to go to a dollar eventually. So, I mean, it could be a good investment for your future. And eventually, we'll change that reward system into Vaccum bot. So that's how it's gonna be calculated.
Alrighty. Next we got Dwicky, and Dwicky asks, why did you make the design of your website like that? Are you going to make an update on your website later?
왜 웹사이트 디자인을 그렇게 하셨나요? 혹시 업데이트를 하실 의향이 있나요?
네, 물론입니다. 현재 네, 웹사이트는 티저 버전이라고 말씀드릴 수 있고요. 웹사이트 디자인은 네, 그 또한 올해 안에 저희 네, 많은 게 업데이트 되면서 네, 업데이트 될 거라고 말씀드리겠습니다.
So, yes, it's going to be updated. Just think of the current version as a teaser version, and there's going to be a lot of updates by around launch at the end of the year. So, as the updates go, we will be able to make good updates at the end of the year. So yeah, thank you.
Alrighty. Bucks Matt says there is a donation program that you are going to run for the gifted science students. Where will you go? Where are you going to go to get those funds, and how will you select those students? Is it going to be worldwide?
그 도네이션 프로그램을 말씀하시는데요. 그 펀딩은 어디서 받으실 건지, 그리고 대상은 누구인지, 그 부분에 대해서 좀 대화를 나누고 싶습니다. 혹시
네,
그 관련돼서 답을 주실 수 있을까요?
네. 우리는 지난 2022년 비트코인 마이애미 행사에서 이미 그 도네이션을 위한 경매를 진행하기 위해서 모든 프로세스를 진행한 적이 있고요. 뭐 행사가 실제로 열리진 못했지만 그때 저희가 기부할 대상처에 대한 리스트업도 마무리해 놓은 상태입니다. 대상은 고등학생들과 우주 동아리, 대학교 내 우주 동아리의 인원들로 좁혀질 거고요. 그 기부에 대한 프로그램은 추후에도 네, 많이 개발해서 저희가 서비스할 수 있고, 그리고 네, 시의적절한 때에 맞춰서 네, 네, 그렇게 사업을 이어나가도록 하겠습니다.
그리고 꼭 한두 군데에만 집중하실 건가요? 전 세계적으로 그 도네이션을 하실 건가요? 예상이 어떻게 되시나요?
네. 최초에는 많은 것보다 네, 저희와 저희가 정확히 도울 수 있는 네, 그런 한두 군데를 먼저 찾아서 저희가 함께 네, 기부하는 쪽으로 생각하고 있습니다.
In the Bitcoin Miami conference we attended in 2022, this year, April, we actually held an event for donation, and actually we collaborated with Ukraine for Arts. Back then they had one of their artists, and I actually personally bought. Sean, I bought one an NFT. So this year, as we were preparing for we're going back to what Sun said. We were preparing for this event. We filtered out all the great places. We were focused because crypto and moon and space is indivisible. So we are looking for a club, astrology and astronomy clubs in universities, and that's where science and technology regarding students that are involved in science and technology regarding space technology. I think that's where our focus is going to be, and the donation program is going to be coming live in the near future, and we will be able to do it at the right time. Yeah, but we have experience running this, and this year we did it. So that, and if it's related to space technology, I think we can find a way to support that.
All right. Matt also said websites take time to load up, and some devices having a hard time to load up. Okay. He wants to know if there's going to be any change with the animations to lessen the loading time on the website or the lag.
Oh yeah, everything's going to be updated by the end of the year.
All righty. And Soy wants to know where he can see the teaser video, and he said that the website is not updated according to the advanced steps that you guys are saying.
Yeah, it's gonna be done at the end of the year.
All right, cool. Let me see. All right, and we've got. No, I think I'll go ahead and cut off the questions now because we've been here over 2 hours. So
Sure.
Let me go ahead and cut off the questions now, and we'll go ahead and get to the trivia.
Sure.
Let me see. All righty. The first thing, first of all, for best question, and guys, if you want to win the best question, you have to be in the VC. Just because the people who come on the VC and speak, it takes boldness and it takes some thought. You know what I'm saying? So we got to